A tragic loss and a new quest. The town of Port Nyanzaru was in mourning. The merchant Prince Jobal, one of the 7 rulers of the city, had lost his family in the tragic incident with Xanathar's guild in his manor. However, the party had business to conduct with Mother Prosperity. Saibansani, a priestess of Joaquin, the goddess of trade, her chief of staff, Dango, welcomed them to the Hall of Gold, a lavish temple where merchants and adventurers could deposit their wealth and exchange currencies. She was saddened to hear that the party had been duped by a clever con artist who had stolen their money and left them receipts for an account that did not exist. She apologized for not detecting the fraud sooner and offered to open an account for them and arranged to get them a magical item, a scroll with a picture of the criminal and a compass that points in the direction of his current location. The party decided to track down the thief and recover their money. But before they left Port Nyanzaru, they received a visit from Jobal's chief of staff, a tall and muscular man named Balaka. He thanked them for their friendship and loyalty to Jobal and told them that Jobal had a gift for them. He would cover the cost of any guide they hired for their journey into the jungle of Chult. He also recommended that they seek out Salida, a legendary guide who knew every secret of the land. He warned them that Salida was hard to find, as she was always exploring the depths of the jungle, but he had arranged for another guide, Azaka Stormfang, to take them to Fort Beluarian, where they could find more clues about Salida's whereabouts. The party agreed to hire Azaka, a friendly and fierce woman who wore a tiger skin cloak. She told them that she had a personal mission deeper into the jungle and would happily help them if they agreed to stop in Firefinger, where a family heirloom resides, to help her free an ancient curse protected by Petrofolk. She suggested that they join a dinosaur-led caravan that was heading to Fort Beluarian, a fortified outpost of the Flaming Fist, a mercenary company that claimed authority over Chult. She said that it would be safer and faster than traveling on foot. It would take them 2 days to reach the fort. The first day of travel was uneventful except for Scar's nightmare. Scar, an undead half-elf ranger, whose soul has been stolen by Nanny Poo-Poo, dreamed that he was trapped in a dark tunnel filled with screaming souls. He felt a clawed hand grab him and pull him out of the tunnel. He saw a pair of yellow eyes and heard an old voice say, "Ah, this is the one Nanny told us about." He woke up in a cold sweat, wondering what it meant. The second day of travel was more eventful. As they neared Fort Beluarian, they noticed that the air was thick with smoke and ash. The sky was orange with fire. They saw that the jungle around the fort had been slashed and burned. They wondered what was going on. As they approached the gate of the fort, they were approached by a stranger. He introduced himself as Roka. He told them that he suspected that Liara Porter, the leader of the Flaming Fist in Chult, was in league with pirates who were plundering the coast, particularly his clients, whom he claimed were a consortium of different merchants in Port Nyanzaru. However, the party sensed some deception around who his actual clients were. He asked them to help him find proof of her corruption and expose her to the authorities. He said that he needed them to cause a distraction so he could sneak into her office and search for evidence. The party agreed to help Roka, who warned them that he will be doing something that will make them suspicious of him, but promised he was on their side and won't double-cross them. As they entered the fort, they were greeted by a charming man who claimed to be Liara Porter's assistant. He welcomed them to Fort Beluarian and offered to show them around. Azaka acted quickly. She tossed him an assassination token, a coin with Jobal's face on it that signified a death sentence from the merchant prince. She said, "Jobal says hello." Then she shot him in the head with her crossbow. The thief fell dying on the ground, revealing his true identity, the man that had conned them out of all of their money. Scar searched his body and found their money and some other valuables. The party split up their money and Scar pocketed the necklace in the shape of an eblis for later use. The face of the many was different than what they had seen before. Clearly, he was disguised. Azumith, the suspicious tiefling warlock, wondered whether the conman in the Hall of Gold was also the same man that took their deposit in Kaya's House of Repose. They may never know. The party went into a tavern in the fort to try and find where Shago, the son of another merchant prince who they've learned is an assassination target, might be. They learned that he's taken an expedition deep into the jungle with some outsiders from Kalimshan who are hunting for some exotic skins. They decide they need to track him deeper into the jungle. Guides they found in the tavern, Kawasha and Kupalo, a human druid and Vegapygmy, agree to also help them find Shago with Azaka. The party then decides to split up and execute a plan to find evidence that Liara Porter is in league with the pirates. Scarlet, a 10-year-old girl druid, went outside the fort and used her magic to make it appear that she was fighting a group of attackers. She hoped to draw some of the flaming fist soldiers away from the fort. Azimuth, a red tiefling warlock with a pet imp, went inside the fort and released some raptors that were penned up inside the fort. He hoped to cause some chaos and confusion among the flaming fist. Scar and Ivan, the undead ranger and the clever gnome artificer who were good at disguises, put on some flaming fist uniforms and pretended to be soldiers. They hoped to blend in, avoid suspicion, and draw more soldiers towards the illusion outside the fort. Wrestlin, a bugbear rune knight rogue, used his spider climb boots to scale the fort and sneak into the top floor of the fort. He was able to sneak past Liara Porter as she grumpily stomped through the hallway towards the commotion downstairs and outside. Unfortunately, she bumps into Roka as she's about to go downstairs. Wrestlin quickly goes to her room, searches half-heartedly for traps, and opens her drawer beside her bed. He sees a sending stone set upon a pile of paper. He quickly grabs it and sets off an explosion in Liara's room. Tonight, the party will learn what happens next. Will Wrestlin be caught red-handed with the stone in hand? What of Roka? Will he betray the party to save himself? Or does he have some other plan to aid them in their heist? How long can Scarlet keep up her illusion until the flaming fists catch wise? Will Scar and Ivan be able to avoid discovery? And what lays in wait deeper into the wild jungle of Chult? Will they be able to find Shago before he's assassinated? And what of the death curse? What new secrets do they have to uncover to find the true source of this terrible curse?